Okay, in this video, we're going to factor the following expression, and we're going to use method 1, simple grouping pre-AC. In the description box of this video, there's a playlist where I go over in detail different methods to factor, including this one right here. And so, let's begin. So first, what I want to do is get rid of the negative in front of our leading power. I can do that if I factor out a negative or a negative 1. So negative parentheses. Negative times something is negative x squared, just x squared. Likewise, negative times something is negative x, so positive x, and this would be a negative 2. From here, I'm going to focus just on this piece, and at the end, I'll deal with the negative. So a times c is what we want. We also want b. A is the coefficient in front of our x squared, so that's going to be a 1, times c. C is our constant, so negative 2, and b is the coefficient in front of our x, so 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So at this point, we think to ourselves, what two numbers they multiply to give us negative 2, but add to give us 1, and that's going to be 2 and negative 1. Because 2 minus 1 is 1, and 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So we'll keep our negative parentheses. Now I'm going to keep the x squared. Now this piece changes. Instead of saying x, I'm going to say 2x minus 1x. 2x minus 1x. And it's equivalent. 2x minus 1x is positive x. And then we're going to keep our negative 2. Now I'm going to group these two pieces and these two pieces. And at this point, I'm going to ignore this negative till the very end. I'm just going to focus on this piece. So I'm going to group the first two pieces and the last two pieces. So x squared plus 2x, close it. In between, put a plus sign, parentheses, negative 1x minus 2. Now we want the greatest common factor between these two pieces. This is 1x squared, this is 2x, but they both share an x. So we'll take out an x, parentheses. X times what is x squared? X. X times what is 2x plus 2. Close it. Now we're going to deal with this piece. So I'm going to take out a negative 1. Then I'm going to do parentheses. Negative 1 times what is negative 1x? X. Negative 1 times what is negative 2? Plus 2. And now we see something identical. X plus 2, x plus 2. Now, had I put this as plus 1, this would be negative x, negative 2, and then nothing would be the same. But because I took out a negative 1, I have something identical. So now I'm going to take out my x plus 2. I'm only going to write it down one time. Then I'll do another parentheses. I call this the leftovers, x minus 1, and it's going to go in this parentheses here, x minus 1. Close it. Now again, earlier we took out a negative. We need to put it back in. And so this right here is our final answer. And that's all we need to do for this problem. But if you want more practice, check out the description box for more videos.